Okay, so we are live now, and we will have an interview with Kellina Powell. Okay. Leo, please send a request to me. Leo, our interpreter, please send a request to me.
Hey.
Hi, Kellina. How are you?
Hello. I'm good. How are you?
Okay, so we will have Leo with us. He is there, but Leo, could you send a request to me? I think we could be three of us here,
Yes, you can.
but I can't see any request from Leo, and I'm not sure how I can send a request to him. His name is Interpreter 88. Can you see him?
No, I cannot.
Leo, please send a request to me to join. I am waiting for your request so that we can start our live Instagram with wonderful Kellina. It says my request wasn't being sent. Okay, again, send it to me again, please.
yeah, he should be able to.
Yes. So today we will have, hello everyone. We will have an interview with wonderful Kellina, the Deaf Queen boss, and we would love to have her with us telling about her journey. But we are waiting for our interpreter Leo to send us a request and join us. I'm not sure why I cannot send something to him. Do you see anything, Leo? No.
No.
No. Okay. Okay, so I tried both on my phone. Oh, so how can we? Okay. Leo, do you see my invite?
Yeah, I was gonna say you can ask him for your invite.
I sent you an invite, Leo. Did you see it? Request to join. There is no request to join, so I sent an invite to you. Please check it. Okay, so we will have Leo, our interpreter, soon with us, and today we want. Okay.
There you go.
Hi.
Hi there.
Okay,
Can you see me?
so
Yes.
we will have
Yeah,
Leo,
thank
our
you.
interpreter, soon with us, and today we want.
Oh.
Okay, was it another
Yeah.
device? Okay. Uh,
Uh,
here we go. Okay.
ready?
Okay. So
Ready?
thank you again. Thank you, Kellina, for accepting our invitation and joining us today. Kellina is a wonderful um, girl. I really like him. I like her, and she's so inspiring to me and to many other people. I am sure she is a coach, and she has written a book, and she has been a bestseller, has had a bestseller book, and we will hear more from her. So, Kalina, this interview will be about you and your journey, and the insights that you will have about early intervention as well, because this is a series of interviews that we will have in Faranak Impact. Faranak Impact is a social enterprise advocating for deaf and hard of hearing children and their right to have access to quality early intervention. And this series of interviews aim to bring inspiring deaf and hard of hearing people there and to see what they achieved, their goals, and what was their wonderful journey. So, uh, the first thing that we want to ask Kelina is about her story, the journey that shapes her. So, can you take us back to the moment when you? So first, I want to ask you to introduce yourself, and then.
Definitely. Thank you for having me today. I'm super excited to be here and talk about my story. It all started when I actually became deaf at the age of 4 due to an ear infection. And of course, my life changed completely. Some of you may be wondering, how did I become deaf and what happened? I personally don't remember what happened, and I feel like it happened so quickly. So I used to be playing a lot at the daycare, and I don't know what happened. And then instantly, that one day, I got an ear infection. I was prescribed with an ear drop, and it was going very well. However, that one day I just became deaf because either, the eardrop wasn't put in correctly or they put too much eardrop in my ears.
Oh.
So yeah, so that's what really happened when I actually became
Mhm.
deaf. And I was only 4 years old. Some of you probably wondering how old was I? I was only 4 years old. It was very hard to overcome the challenges I faced growing up because I need to learn how to speak verbal and learn a little bit of sign language in order to communicate with two different community.
Mhm.
And that's literally the bit of my start of my story.
Mm. Wow. Okay. So, could you bring us to that moment and then tell us about the emotions that you have had at that time?
I was 4, so I remember very few, but I kind of remember it like it was yesterday. And I remember I went home and I was watching TV. My family called my name, but I couldn't hear them. And they tapped me on my shoulder and they said, Kalina, I was calling you. I told my mom, and I looked at my mom and I said, I can't hear you. And my mom looked confused, and I looked confused as well. And I said, I can't hear you.
Oh.
And my mom called my grandmother. Thankfully, my grandmother was a nurse at the time. She rushed from the hospital to do an assessment with me to find out if something was really wrong with my ears. And that day when my grandmother's facial expression was shocked, I was confused myself, and I'm like, why can I not hear two people versus one person? And my family picked up the phone, called my family doctor, and again, I had a 4 years old. I didn't know what was happening. I looked confused, looking everywhere. what was happening, and I couldn't communicate with my family. And the next morning, I went to my family doctor. They did tell my mom and my grandmother that it was too late. There's nothing we can do for her. And my mom would try to communicate with me, and I looked confused. I was devastated because I couldn't hear
Mm.
or I couldn't communicate as a little girl. And so it was not something that any parents would go through, especially being the first deaf person in my family. It definitely made a huge impact in my family to learn how to communicate with me.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So what was the biggest turning point in your journey? One that actually changed the way you see yourself. You saw yourself, actually.
It was when I was actually working for a Canada Wonderland, and I saw a little boy who wears hearing aid in both ears,
Oh.
and he approached me and he's like, Miss, I'm deaf too. Look
Oh.
at my ears. And I had my hair in a ponytail, and I was shocked myself. And I said, I never met anyone that super young, looking up
Oh.
towards me like that.
Oh.
And it was so inspiring to see his mother's facial expression. She was so happy and she was shocked. And I'm like, and I looked, she came up to me crying, not really crying, but like shocked. And she's like, I never met a deaf person so comfortable in the hearing community like you are. And I was like, what? And she's like, yeah, it's so weird to find that person. And it just melts my heart completely when I said to myself, I wanted to make a change for the younger generation to let them know that they are not alone in this world and let them know that there are people that look like them. Because for me, I never had anyone that looked like me or was a role model for me, especially on TV shows, YouTube, social media. So it definitely, that was definitely a turning point for me. However, I do have a second story. This is actually when I was in university time. I met a professor who's also deaf.
Oh.
And yeah, it was crazy ever. Like I was the happiest person ever when I met my professor who's also deaf, who could understand what I was going through. And I had a really great conversation about my career. Where do I go? Because I always wanted to become a doctor. For those who didn't know, I wanted to become a neurosurgeon doctor. And so I was nervous because I knew that there were some things I couldn't hear, and I had to choose a different career path because of my deafness. And him and I had a great conversation picking the right career for myself because of my hearing loss.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, why don't you become a coach? Why don't you write a book? Because there's not a lot of deaf authors out there. And I was like, you are completely right. Maybe I should write a book, and that's something I actually enjoy doing with actually writing.
Yeah.
And a lot of people didn't know that. And then that was completely my turning point, meeting that little boy, plus my professor. It really definitely helped me shape who I am as today, and really teaching me that there's always going to be that one person that you may come across that looks like you.
Wow. Actually, you know what? While listening to you talking about your early, years when you for the first time met someone who was deaf, and how excited you were at that time, I was thinking about the power of the role models and the deaf adults have, and they are the role models for the younger people, the children, the parents who have deaf and hard of hearing children. It's very precious. I am part of an initiative with the name of Delia, and it's an international initiative, and we work on early intervention with the focus on of younger adults as a role model, or as early interventionists in the early intervention centers for deaf and hard of hearing. When a child sees that it's not only he or she, there are a lot more, and there are successful younger adults who are deaf. It's so inspiring, and I really like it. Thank you. Thank you so much. So, Leo, I think because both of you are on the screen, you are, small. So, could you, it's very close. The phone is very close. I cannot see your hands well. I think, yes, change your, yeah, okay. Okay, I think it's better. Okay, okay. Thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Okay, so Kellina, thank you for bringing all of this in our conversation. If you could speak to your younger self, what would you say?
I would say be patient with your younger self because if you are not patient, you're not able to concentrate and focus. Especially as someone who is heavily on lip reading, and you have to be patient. That's something I will tell my younger self is to be patient. Not every day is going to be a perfect day. Some days it's going to be bad days, and some days it's going to be good days.
Hmm. So, can I ask you who was there for you in those early years, and how did make a difference for you?
So, when I was younger,
Yes.
it was very difficult for me when I was younger. I would say it to really navigate the hearing community and really advocating for myself was definitely the struggle that I faced a lot and learning how to stand up for myself, right? So standing up for ourselves can be
Right.
challenging for some people. And a lot of people are not well educated, I would say, and a lot of people are not aware, and that's okay. And that's something I have to learn the hard way is that not everybody will understand you.
Hmm.
So it's very important to be open and be vulnerable to really understand that you do need to be patient with yourself, especially when you're communicating with someone who is hearing and who doesn't know what to do. So, and now that growing up, I learned how to build that confidence to stand up for myself and ask for the correct commendation.
Yeah, that's true. Could you tell us about yourself more? What are
Okay.
you doing now? Yeah,
I mean, yeah, like honestly, everyone, if you're here listening, I am honestly an international speaker, so I love talking to youth about inspiring stories and really empowering them to really understand that they have a voice. The voice is valuable. The voice matters. And I love the fact that a lot of youth now are using social media as a great platform to have that voice, to be able to connect with other people all over the world.
mm,
I have connected with so many great, amazing youth across all over the world through my social media.
mm,
And I would say it's as well, like, especially being an author, some of you probably asking, how do you write your first book? How do you know what to write? And I tell people, think about it from the bottom of your heart. How do you want people to read your book? And it's very important that you really have the ideas what you want to have.
mm.
And it's so crazy because when I was growing up, I never really thought I was gonna be here. If you would tell my younger self that I was gonna be super successful and I'm a speaker, I would literally laugh at myself. I'm like, there's no way I built that confidence to do what I'm doing right now because I was super shy, I was nervous, I was scared. I didn't know what to do for myself. Like I was scared. And if
Yeah.
there's someone out there listening and hearing, I just wanted to say that there's no such thing as small dreams. If you have that dream, achieve it. Anything is possible. Doesn't matter what disability you have or whatnot. It's
Mm,
very important that you do help yourself, but also to help the community,
mm.
right? The community needs your voice. You never know who needs it more than anything.
I I really like listening to you. So, what was your book about?
So my book is about me being deaf daily basic,
Mm,
and the great thing, everyone, it is a poem book. So it's very short, it's nice and smooth, and it's really about me being deaf daily basic. What did I struggle with? What did I overcome? How did I overcome it? I talked a lot about mental health, and a lot of time, especially not everybody's comfortable talking about our mental health, but I did talk about it in my book because I just struggled a lot with anxiety and depression, especially when you're trying to get yourself out there, especially knowing that it could be hard. So that is really what my book is about.
oh, okay. I like it. So, Kellina, what's something you wish every parent of a deaf and hard of hearing child knew from day one?
I wish that they knew that it's okay to allow your child choose how they should communicate.
Mm,
I feel like a lot of parents feel they overthink too much, right? How should the child communicate? Let it flow in your child. Some child prefer sign language, some child prefer vocal, and I wish that they be patient with their child. Don't be afraid to advocate for your child. I know a lot of parents are not, but there's some parents that are always overthinking because they don't want to intimidate someone else,
mm,
right? It's very important that you do put your child first before anything. For example, my family never treated me different. They treated me like everybody else in the family. I never felt treated different. I really never did.
mm,
And my family put me in extracurricular activities for hearing children. And I didn't feel different, but I did at first, but it helped me build my confidence. So if you are a parent and you're watching and you're listening, I advise you put your children in activities to help them build their confidence, because you do not want to make your child feel like you are back, like they're behind you, because if you do that, your child's not going to build that confidence without you being present. It's super important that a child learn how to build the confidence on their own, because we cannot always grow when you're present all the time, especially children. Some kids prefer everything alone. They're like, no, mom, daddy, I can do this. Let them do it. Let them learn. You have to let your kid grow and give them that space. A lot of time, parents overthink again, like I said before. Like, oh no, no, what if they? It's okay. You have to let your child grow and learn and give them that space to grow.
okay. Time passes so fast. I like to talk with you all the night. Okay, so Kellina, if the if the world could change one thing to support better deaf and hard of hearing children and their families, what should it be?
I would they develop more disability schools and develop more deaf schools. I feel like that would definitely help a lot in the disability community as a whole, so that way everybody can come together and really help each other, because we all need that. And a lot of young people, especially, they feel alone and left out,
Hmm.
and it's hard for them to make friends. It's hard for them to get a job. Why don't we create a school for disability or even deaf school just to help them to get better in their future, especially helping them be successful? That is definitely the greatest way to help the deaf community and the disability community as a whole, to really help them and let them know that they're not alone. I think that would definitely be a great way to help.
Hmm. Yeah. Okay, so what's a dream you have for the next generation of deaf and hard of hearing children?
I would love to open my own school for the deaf and hard of hearing
Oh,
school. I would love that. That's definitely my goal. I would love to open deaf schools across the globe, not just in Canada, but also in, I know United States have their own deaf school, but a lot of time there's not a lot in Canada. So I'm hoping to open one in Canada, across Canada, and also all over the world that do not offer that support.
hmm. So you feel that the support in Canada is not enough?
Yeah, that's right. Not enough.
Is this something you experienced yourself?
100%. I experienced it, a lot, daily basis. It hasn't been easy.
Oh.
Yeah. It is. It's not easy, though. A lot of people be surprised. I feel like there's a lot of lack of employment opportunity for the deaf and hard of hearing
Mm.
community.
So, if someone watching this is feeling lost right now, what words of hope would you share with them?
I wish they life is too short to be doubting yourself. You have to know that you have one life to live. You have to live life to the fullest, no matter what it is or what is going on in your life, because you deserve that successful life that you dream of. Be patient with yourself. Get yourself out there. Find the right comfort zone. Find the right friends, local, and family support as well.
Hmm. And what kept you just going during the hardest moments?
I would say for me, it honestly I would tell everybody listen to music, listen to your favorite songs to keep you moving forward. That's something I do a lot, especially when I am feel down or I have a hard day. I listen to my favorite songs, my favorite music, and I'm pretty sure everybody can agree with what I'm just saying. Music is something to I don't know what it does for our body, but it literally makes us feel escape. So music is definitely a great way to keep me motivated, keep me going all the time, but also to the right support system I have, right? If it wasn't for my family and my friends, I wouldn't be here today.
Okay, okay. Thank you. You are great. So, Kalina, another thing. What has been the most beautiful, unexpected gift of your journey?
That's a really good question. I have a really great experience in my journey. I would love to say everything. Um, I would say my beginning of my journey was something with success. I would say that if it wasn't for the little boy and my professor,
Hmm.
I wouldn't be here. I would say that was definitely my highlight of my beginning of my journey because I realized that I was not alone in this world. So
Oh,
that would definitely be my highlight. Yeah.
wow. I really like it. And it shows how important are the the young people who are inspiring. And when we see someone who is like just like us and is so successful, we should think, why not us, you know? And it's a journey. Actually, we are learning a lot. And I really thank you for accepting our invitation and joining us in this beautiful interview with you. It was really a fortune for us having you today, and we will have more interviews with more inspiring people with like you, the same as you. Wonderful. And again, I want to really thank Leo, our interpreter.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you all.
thank you so much for joining us and making this interview accessible to everyone, because we want everyone to have access to our conversations and knows what we are talking about. So, Kellina, is there anything else you want to share with our followers?
Dad, I just want to say that you have one life to live. Please live your life to the fullest, no matter what life comes to you. You have to understand that God made you here for a reason. You have to keep moving forward and keep going.
Hmm, like it, like it. Thank you so much. So much love to you, Kellina, to our interpreter, and to all of our followers. Either they are deaf and hard of hearing, or they are parents, professionals, our followers, Kellina's followers, or just interested in this field. And thank you all for being here with us, and goodbye till the next interview. Thank you. Good night.